Hey, I'm Evan.
I'm Mike.
Welcome to USSC Stories.
The broken and falling, damned old souls been sent to burn. Nowadays they've been calling, telling me soon gonna be my turn. Head down.
Hey, welcome back to part 4 with my boy Spence. Hey, pleasure to have you on, man. Pleasure
Welcome
to have
back,
you
brother.
on.
Thank you.
So, during the end of your, then I guess me knowing you, been working together, you made chief, and then you left me. You bounced out on me, man. But I know you have to go and do greater and better things, man. So, how was your journey once you made chief and then leaving the boat?
My journey was great. It was I wouldn't complain. Besides the fact that I got stationed where I never wanted to be stationed, and I'm stuck here. But after leaving Tucson, well, after making chief and spending about another 8 months on board, I was recruited without knowing to come to Kings Bay, Georgia, to serve as NSSC and to monitor the boats out here. Served from 2012 to 2016 when I retired. The command was cool. I didn't really care for the job because it required me to go on board and shit on people basically.
Yeah.
Because I was going on board to say, even if they had a good system, I would go look at their supply system and say, hey, your supply system is good, but I always had to have a but. And that's not how I operate. Mm-hmm. I operate in trying to teach and work together and uplift, if you haven't gotten that already. So it was kind of internally conflicting to me. So I really didn't care for the job as far as that. But some people like it. But my job, I felt, was to go down there and teach them how to better run their supply in accordance with, not in accordance with how I did stuff, but in accordance with what the book said.
Mm-hmm.
So, and after that, I retired 2016. And so retiring it was great. It was crazy. It is crazy, but just like for you guys, and what I'm about to say, I bet you all went through. When you're at the end of your career, no matter if it's your enlistment, no matter if you did 20 years, 24, 30, whatever the case may be, you could talk to 15 people, and at the end, you're going to have 15 stories, but in the end, it's going to be your story, and it's going to be what you do. So you can't do what they did when they got out because you don't have the same life. You know what I'm saying? They might have finances, and you don't have no finances that you saved up because it came up all of a sudden you're getting out. So this, what I called it the unknown.
Yeah.
So like I said, you can talk to 20 different people and get 20 different stories, but you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So for the last 6 to 8 months, I was nervous as hell. I didn't know what was going to happen. Believe me, I promise you, I was networking with people like, yo, I'm getting out in June. Let me get a job. What you got? It was like, all right, let me know. Hit me up when you're 6 weeks out. 6 weeks out, I start sending my resumes to people. Wasn't getting no feedback. Luckily, the person that I relieved at NSSC Kings Bay, his name was Virgil Baffert. He'd be another person you would love to talk to. This dude's amazing. Before I got a backstep with Virgil. When I relieved him, he picked me up at the airport and he said, hey, do you got your blues with you? I'm in civilian clothes. Just got off the airplane. He's picking me up in uniform to bring me to the base, and I was checking into the barracks. I was like, yeah, why? He's like, oh, good, because I already put you in my retirement ceremony. You're going to be, I was like, dude, I don't even know you.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but as I got to know him, he is a pillar out here in Kings Bay. He's just one of the coolest people. Everybody loves him. Everybody knows him. He's just, and that's why I mentioned his name. But so the day of my retirement, Raffic comes up to me and says, "Hey, I was talking to somebody, and they said they're looking for a chief that just retired for this position." I was like, "Okay, give me his card." He gave me his card. My retirement was, of course, on a Thursday or a Friday or something like that. I called the dude on Monday. Needless to say, he was hiring me before I even finished because Raffic must have co-signed for me. So I was lucky, super lucky, that because I was networking, I met the right people in the right place, that I was set before I even knew I was set.
So this kind of brings us to an episode we did a while ago, Mike, where we talked about getting out and passing over jobs we should have took kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, Spencer, you did it right. I mean, you took the job that you were offered, and
I was lucky. I would say I was lucky. What I learned from that, and even with the government jobs, it's not about who you know; it's about who knows you. So you can know everybody. Again, I promise you, I was talking to everybody. I knew guys that was leaving their jobs within the same time frame.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, "Hey, let me know." So I was getting resumes. I was getting their resumes and trying to retrofit it to mine.
Yeah.
And all that. Promise you, I was out there hitting the grind because networking is the key.
Right.
But networking is just one part of it. The other part is about who knows you.
Mm-hmm.
So you can put in all the resumes, you can apply for all the jobs. If that right person knows you, "Oh, I know him. He's a good dude. He fits out what we're looking for."
Right.
All right, let's see. Give him a call. So now, your resume might have made it one step further. It doesn't mean you're going to get the job, but it puts you in the right place.
Mm-hmm.
So I was lucky.
This is another thing that I kind of want to get up on is TAPS. So,
oh gosh,
yeah. So TAPS for people, I don't know what the acronym stands for exactly, but it's a program that people that are getting out of the military have to go through, or at least out of the Navy. I don't know if other branches call it something else, but for the Navy, we call it TAPS. They have to go through it, and I think it's like a week long, if that, and then you're out. And to be, they teach you how to make a resume kind of thing. But to be honest, like, from every story that I've heard from individuals who got out, including myself, it really doesn't help. It's so short that they have to cram everything within a week, that you really can't process everything they're trying to feed you.
Yeah. And,
afterwards, after the week is over with, they're basically like, they give you the boot and like, "Hey, good luck on the rest of your life." So,
yeah. TAPS for me was like a resume builder, and then learn how to interview, and then here's some resources that you may need them. If you need them, use them. If you don't, whatever. And then bam, holler at you, man. Like that's how I saw TAPS.
Yeah, thanks for serving. That's about it.
Yeah.
Well, for me, TAPS was much like what you all are saying, but at the same sense, because people have said that about it, I try to look at it a little different. And still to this day, I kind of use the resources that I got out of it. Mm-hmm. It was about teaching you how to wear a suit, teaching you what a resume is supposed to be, teaching you how to do an interview. And you're right, it was way too much information to put in 1 week.
Yeah.
So what I wish TAPS really would have taught you is what happens day one of when you're out. So day one of when you're out of the military, there's no more dental. You're done. There's no more. You got help for another, I think, 60 days, 60, 90 days, something like that.
I think it's 6 months. 6 months, you still got TRICARE, but that's only for you. It's not for your family.
Exactly.
It's not for
Yeah. They don't tell you about the dental though. Mm-hmm. So that's why they set you up with get a screening before you get out or get your teeth cleaned. But once you're done, you're done. And before the Navy and TRICARE started this program with dental and eye, you had to get it through a company, and that cost a lot. And if you wasn't prepared for that, and you chipped a tooth, you was done. So there's so many things. And then the other thing that I wish they would talk about is that your pay. So you guys probably can attest to this, but when you get out the military, you're used to getting a paycheck on the 1st and 15th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When you get out, that paycheck is being recalculated from the years of leave that you've had to what you're supposed to have, and it's being recalculated. So you might not get that paycheck on the 1st and 15th. It might come on the 14th, or it might come on the 20th. Yeah. So if you got your bill set up to be paid, if you're smart, on the 1st and 15th, and it doesn't come, because it happens to me, you're screwed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you got to prepare for that, and the only way to prepare for that is to save up your money.
Unfortunately, unfortunately for me, maybe you guys as well, but I can only speak for myself. There's a certain amount of arrogance that went with getting out of the Navy. Arrogance and ignorance, to be honest.
Yeah.
I got out. I was used to getting those paychecks, good money. And the day you get out of the Navy, it's kind of weird because you're not used to having someone else above you tell you, like, hey, well, we got to do this, this, and this, or hey, listen, let's go do this, or at that point in time, there's no one that's your boss,
Mm-hmm.
and to me personally, I mean, that was really fucking weird. It was kind of like really trippy, like, holy shit, there's no one, saying I have to go do this and this, or I have to report here, or I have to do this duty kind of thing. And, that was really trippy. And for the first month after that, I realized, like, hey, listen, I'm not getting a fucking paycheck either,
Right.
Which kind of sucked. I had quite a bit saved up, but I went through that real fucking fast,
Right.
And it can really fuck you up, especially, like, fortunately for me, I actually did save up quite a bit. And even though I went through it, I still had some to fall back on. There's going to be some people that get out that have no fucking money at all because they just don't have that sense of mind, and it can really mess you up. And, the unfortunate thing is, once you get out, I'm not saying that the military doesn't care about you, but they have more things to worry about,
Yeah, I mean, you could be easily replaced from what I've heard, I've been told. So for Spence, for you being a senior guy, if you had people that was under you that said, hey, I want to get out, I don't think the military is for me, how would you handle that? Because for my experience, I'm not too sure about this career thing. I want to get out, but I've heard a lot of people saying, hey, there's nothing out there for you. The military is the way to go.
Mm.
There's if you do want to get out, you're not going to make it. You might as well stay in.
Heard that many a time. Yeah.
What would be your advice for people that want to get out?
Well, those people that tell you that, they're thinking numbers, they're thinking retention. So, some senior up people, that's all that's how they get advanced. If they keep people in the military, they let them transfer, they're still in the military.
So it's almost like a quota kind of thing.
Exactly. So that's just the truth behind it all. I've had those conversations with people that want to get out. I would just tell them, and I told those, weigh your options. Sit down in a clear mind with no music on, and write down the pros and cons of why you should go and why you should stay. Military isn't for everybody. It's even people that already joined, it's still not for you at times. So if it's not for you and you want to get out, first thing I would tell them, save money. Like you said, save money.
Yeah.
Save money and get your resume. Even for me, when I got out, I did not know how to write a resume. For a month and a half before, even though I got other people's resumes, I still try to tweak it. It takes time to tweak it to make it yours because, again, your career is not the same as others.
Right.
So it takes a long time to do. So I was up for long nights trying to do that. Now, the other issue for me when I was getting out was in 2010, I got a divorce. So in the midst of getting my divorce, the whole time I was on board the Tucson, I was trying not to have money because I didn't want that to reflect on my divorce, which was always not the best thinking, but that's just how I did it. So I didn't have cash load of money. So my fear of getting out was I didn't want to be one of those, don't get me wrong by saying this, I didn't want to turn into one of those disabled vets that was on the corner. Seriously, I used to have dreams of that. I lose my family, I lose my kids because I couldn't get a job and I didn't do what I need to do before getting out or to get a job. You know what I'm saying? So I hustled harder. Again, like I said, I networked. Even though I didn't have money, that's why I had to get a job as soon as possible. So I had a job while I was in, I was double dipping as they say. So while I was on, what do they call it? What's that leave as you get out? I can't remember it right now. Anyways, so while I was on leave, I had already started working. So luckily, it was enough to cover my bills until my retirement pay and my disability kicked in. So now I've cleaned up all that stuff. I got some savings. You know, my credit score is way beyond where I wanted it to be, and now I'm on the right track. So that's what's up. Yeah, I would tell junior people that they definitely want to get out, save your money, pay your bills, and get a job. You know, if you want to get out.
So Spence, you've been one of the guys that have watched either all of our videos or most of them. You've known the stories of me and Mike pretty thoroughly through our videos. Unfortunately, he and I have had some struggles, you know, getting out and stuff like that. We've had some good times, we had some bad times, but so for individuals that are currently in, that are maybe transitioning to get out, kind of thing, that might catch this video and stuff like that. You know, what is your advice, or even people that have already gotten out that are struggling right now the way that we have? You know, what is your advice for them? You know, what would you tell them, you know, if they're feeling down and out kind of thing?
Well, since getting out, I've learned there's tons of programs for vets or prior military personnel. So you just have to search for the programs. Everybody has a phone or some way for internet access. I'm part of a military fraternity, Kappa Lambda Chi, and we work with vets all the time. So I just recently went to a veterans conference. I'm saying it wrong, but they had a meeting, different veteran organizations, and these organizations have money that they get every time, or donated, or from banks, to give back to vets or prior service members that are struggling. So there's definitely tons of programs out there. I would say just ask the question, humble yourself, bring down your pride, and ask for help.
Now, for individuals that want to do that, but they just simply can't find out, like, you know, because people just don't know where to look sometimes. How would you how would you tell them where to go to look for these programs? Because, you know, the VA isn't exactly user friendly sometimes, you know. So how would you tell people, like, hey, listen, there's like tons of programs that you guys can take advantage of, but they don't know this, you know? How would you tell them, hey, listen, go to this and this and this, and you'll be taken care of?
If they so we're talking about sailors that have recently got out or been out maybe a short couple of years. These sailors all have cell phones. I'm pretty sure they all got a Facebook page.
Yeah.
They can type in disabled vets. They can type in submarines. They can type in and then just ask their question. There's a program out there for everybody. There's so many different websites. I can't give you just one, or one program. But I would just say, ask your buddy who does got a job. Hey, bro,
Yeah.
you got a job. I need some help. If it's a person that's on base. So I just got I know I'm kind of jumping around, but I just got an email from the VA and the Navy literally, and I don't know how they're going to do this because I find it hard for people in the military to tell people who's gotten out of the military how to survive out of the military, because you can't tell somebody who's in how to operate outside. That's hard to do because there's so many different ways to go. But anyway, so they started a program up that is specifically geared towards people that have gotten out the military, vets, disabled vets, and everything like that. So it's a program that is geared towards teaching them how to do resumes and all the stuff that TAP was missing.
Yeah.
So newsletter, I just literally viewed it earlier this week. I can get you that website that they have, and you can post it on your page if you like. But that's the closest thing I've seen that holds everything in one place. But I would just definitely tell everybody, just talk to somebody, humble yourself, lay down your pride, say I need some help.
And I like that you said, humble yourself, lay down your pride, because that was my issue. No, I had too much pride, man. I had way too much pride getting out because I felt like I've done all this, and then like, hey, y'all should cater to me, because like I qualified all this. I got all these awards. I got all this. I should be a hot commodity when it comes to the civilian world.
I was the same way. Yeah, I was the same way, man.
You are a hot commodity, but they don't care about your awards. They don't care about your evals. They don't care about your qualifications. They care about the experience that you have.
Yeah.
The military experience, you guys said it in that video too. Your military experience is leaps and bounds compared to a kid getting out of college and starting a job. They don't have that experience. You can almost jump into a leadership position, may it be middle or low or middle leadership, coming out of the Navy as an E5.
Yeah.
Because you dealt with situations that a kid in college only read about.
Right.
Now, does that make you more educated? Not necessarily. They can read bigger words, so what? But you can work, and your work ethic will take you farther. You'll stay there longer, and your what I call give a fuck factor is way higher than theirs.
Right.
So that's what makes us stand out. Our give a fuck factor and our experience.
Yeah, man. Hey, Spence, I just want to say thank you for joining us, man, and telling us your journey and being a part of our channel, man. It's been a hell of a pleasure to have you on, man. Any final words you want to tell the viewers out there?
Well, first off, I want to tell you two gentlemen, thank you for creating this channel. As you said, Evan, I watch almost every one, and I try to comment because this is a great niche. I think you guys first telling your sea stories and allowing us to listen and laugh and have some old shit moments. Did he just really tell that? I like it. I feel like I'm in control and we're on the sticks and on the mid-watch going 5 knots.
Yeah.
There's nothing left to do but to talk stories. So, and I thank you for inviting me to tell my short 24 years of my career. So, for anybody that's watching, please enjoy this. Make your comments, man. Feel free and be ready to, tell some sea stories. That's what it's all about.
Right on, man. Like Mike said, man, it was such a great time having you on here for the four episodes that we've had.
Sorry, I'm long-winded.
No, it's great, man. I'm sure we'll have you on here, some other time as well.
Definitely.
It's good to have someone else's experience on here besides, Mike and myself. And, we've had Dial on here as well before this. there's always someone else that has something else to share, different knowledge than what the two of us can share, you know. And it's just really good. It's a good thing.
Thank you again.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. Well, we'll catch you next episode. Thanks for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share with all your friends. It does really help with us. Take care.
The devil's gonna come when the sun